Good morning, friends. It is I, Alphinius Goo, with Lawrence here because Camera Mandy is still on her little vacation.
So I legitimately remember a reality where she told me that she was back on Thursday.
I absolutely remember that reality.
Okay. I think what ended up happening was because of all of the hurricanes and everything, she was like, oh, hey, guys, I'll take a couple extra days to make sure I get to Disney World.
A couple extra days?
I
Like
think
a week.
So
That's all right. She works hard. She deserves it.
Oh, no complaints. It was just one of those things where I posted up that video of Devin and all the orders and stuff for Darky David. I was like, "Hey, Mandy's going to be back this weekend," and she like immediately texted me back. It's like, "No, I'm going to be on a plane," and I'm like, "Well, that would have been nice information to know."
Yes. Mandy does kind of just do things of her own whim. I do know that's true. Hello, friends. It is marvelous to be here with you on this Saturday morning. We have a fine and wonderful stream to do with you today, including a giveaway. Yes, maybe more than one. We'll see what's happening. But we want to give a little love to the folks who are wanting to be contributors. And we know some of you folks might even be here for the first time because you just heard about the Contributors Guild. So first and foremost, we want to make sure everyone knows after the stream is over, we're going to do our best to end right at 11 o'clock. We're going to do our best.
No, we're not.
Yeah, just stop, Lawrence. I don't need all this attitude on Saturday morning. I need what I need is a good cup of coffee, which is what I have right here. Hope you all have your coffee if you like that, or your tea, or whatever else stimulating thing you do in the morning to wake yourself up. Anyway, so we're going to do a Discord meetup right after this in the Gooey Cube Discord, and we'll be in Game Room 6, okay? And this will be your chance to ask any questions you want to ask, to be able to throw out concepts that you even say, I'm thinking about this, does that work? Those kinds of things. And especially for new folks, this is a good thing to do. We're also going to give you a tour of the forum today so you understand how to do that. And we're going to walk through a little bit of some ideas for Gyzaengaxx with a marvelous slideshow with some new arts that I don't think most of you have ever even seen. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. Lawrence has got some good social media things that are going on. And we are just excited because for me, I am well into the tower on the tomb of Gyzaengaxx, and Luke and I have been bouncing back and forth and talking about different things, and we are very interested in all the little happenings that are going on inside of this tower. In fact, you're going to get a chance, I think, to meet Arthur the Fawns. Yes, the leader of the Fawns. Yes, so you. And if you know that, you're old. So
Arthur Fonzarelli.
Yes, I have the marvelous blankie covering me because it's cold out today, Lawrence. Have you noticed that? It's cold.
Oh yeah,
it's cool. So this is the Gyzaengaxx blankie, right? It's got this the limited edition with the crazy creature there, the idol on the front. Yes, magnificent.
I was gonna say actually, it is quite chilly out, and that is why it is perfect.
Perfect to give a commercial for.
Listen. He already knew. He was aware. He knew it was coming. Right there.
Listen. Now you know. If you want to get a hoodie, get a hoodie. But we don't want to be commercial all crazy on this thing. But they are wonderful. They are really beautiful. They got Chet's marvelous Gooey Cube on it, and they're really comfy and warm and snuggy and all of that kind of stuff. So
these are actually zip ups. I don't even have it.
Oh, that's right.
I haven't even done any hoodies yet.
Yeah, done a pullover. Those are the zip up ones.
Oh yeah.
Fun.
But we got that. We got from Dark Haven, and we also have the blankie actually up on the website.
Blankie is on the website. Yes, you can get the blankie if you want. Anyway, my friends, let's go on to the matters at hand. So, Lawrence, you doing well this morning?
No, I'm actually cold that's ripping its way through the office. Alphinius has been spared because he's been at home writing like he's supposed to. So I'm definitely a little bit troubled. Plus, McDonald's messed up our order this morning. I have my kid; he's over in the other room.
Oh, he's adorable little guy, little Lawrence.
Absolutely love my little goblin. But it's like, okay, it started. We got the kiddo. We'll treat out. We'll do some McDonald's real quick. I'll get in, get things set up. I have a rant. All right, this is my soapbox.
Just rant. He says the audio is choppy.
The audio is choppy. Let me verify one. I did just have it up to make sure. Try that out. Make sure that's set. Okay, hopefully.
All right, just my friends. Is this better?
I did actually just like the mic is underwater. It's underwater.
It's still doing that right now. It's still continuing on that path.
Go ahead. Let's keep on talking. I had Twitch up my phone. It sounded okay on mine.
You have it all set up, and then it doesn't make any sense that it would change week to week. It's not like he came in here and did anything. So it's better. or yep, it's still screwed up. Jen is like, we need Mandy back. Yeah, still mumbling, still messed up. Okay, all right, we're working on this. Give us a moment. Can you at least hear me enough that when I talk, it's not could it? I mean, I guess it could be my mic position. I could push it like this. How about that? No, I just moved it. How about that?
Well, that's somehow, I don't know how this happened.
Well, people come in here and fart around, sir. This is the problem. How is that? Is that a little better? What do you think? Oh, all right, right now. Is this good? All right. Yes, someone was farting around with our microphone in here. I don't know what they were doing, but they were doing something. My apologies.
It was obviously the DLF. That's just how it works.
Yeah, the DLF and all of their snail propaganda. All right, well, marvelous. So anyway, we got a wonderful stream. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. We're gonna give away some cool things and then do this Discord meetup afterwards, which I was just mentioning. It's gonna be in game of Room 6 on the Discord. So if you have a moment and you haven't joined the Discord before, you might want to go do that. It's pretty easy to find, but somebody could throw a link up there and help out Lawrence because he's trying to figure out social media and do other things while he's doing this right now. But that would be great. It is pretty typically the snail lovers, Randy. I completely agree with this, and I agree with you on this, Michelle, that he looks strange without sleeves.
It's a little cold. Start off with. After this, I'm going to the pumpkin patch with my kiddos. It's also I gotta look a little representative or a little bit respectable.
The pumpkin patch thing is really fun. What a wonderful thing.
We have one right by our work over here, so I figured I'd keep the little guy. Anytime I have to work on Saturday with him, I always try and go through and do a little something special with him and stuff.
I don't understand. Did you touch something because it said it's still in and out? So I moved the mic. How about now?
I don't think any.
Oh, it's your mic. Not mine. Mine sounds good, y'all. Mine sounds fine.
It's very positive, folks, because I'm working with multiple screens. That it's just a matter of where I'm positioning my head and whatnot. So when I talk, I'll try to make sure I'm
saying both are bad now. Did you touch something after we fixed it?
No.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This makes no sense whatsoever. All right, we're trying some other things here. Lawrence putting it in his ear. We're going to see what we can do. It's Lawrence. He moved and it worked. All right, so I'm trying to. Yeah, they're saying kick it, Lawrence. They're saying kick the thing.
Listen, I've been to combat. I've had people try and kill me. My sister is still somebody who I deeply maybe respect or fear. It's a really weird line, and I'm definitely not going to kick anything in her.
Yes, destroy you.
Oh, yeah.
So this. Oh, did you turn it up or something? Or
yeah.
How is this better, my friend? I'm sorry about this. This is weird. We had this thing all set up just fine last week, and we finally got it to where it needed to be, and now it's a pain. Not all that better, not better.
That's
all right. Let's keep working. I'm going to keep talking. Yeah, Barry says, have you turned it off and turned it back on? How would it work for a bit and stop working?
I mean, anybody who's worked in military communications completely understands how that works.
All right, so turn it up just a little bit. Let's see what happens.
We're gonna bump that up.
It sounds like that. That's the worst. The teacher from Nuts. All right, how about that? Is that getting better? Is that getting better? Better. I'm looking at the screen trying to wait for someone to say yes, it's horrible, or no, it's horrible, or yes, it's good, or something like that. Okay, better. Everyone said better. I don't know what you did, but don't do anything else. Touch nothing more. All right, we are going to live with this now. Let us go forward. Don't do it, Lord. Resist the temptation to touch a button. Look at him. He's intently looking at the thing right now, just trying to understand. All right, so let us get started. So first of all, we're going to have we're going to have a little show that we're going to walk you through. But before I do that, if you remember last stream, we did a little bit of reading from the Tomb of Gyzaengaxx adventure, mostly about the area where Gyzaengaxx, the environs of Gyzaengaxx, and this is important because this is where the contributors are going to be putting their localities. It's in this little environs of Gyzaengaxx area, which is inside of a region, a small region called the Barrowsdale, which is in the Gluvoik fiefdom in the sovereignty of Vanzentia in East Predestia. Okay, so that's the hierarchy right there. So this little area called Barrowsdale is pretty much situated right up against the Mithril Mountains, and it's pretty wild lands. The nearest larger city is the Gluvoic Stronghold, which is some 70 some miles to the south, 80 miles to the south, and then a gnomish city, Underdelven city called Hausendravel, which is probably some, I don't know, 70 or 80 miles to the north. And then the nearest town of any size is Stridenshore. Stridenshore is right on the lake Dortrancha, and it is probably about 40 or 50 miles away. So this is really kind of out in the boondocks. It's not really out in the boondocks. It's not like it takes days and days of travel to get there, but it's certainly in the boondocks. And there are two major villages in the Barrowsdale area. One of them is called Blood, which is a mining town, and the other is called Ethel, which is more of an agricultural community. At least it was until about 20 years ago, when this wizard named Gerald Gyzaengaxx came to the village, along with a longtime resident named Estrud, right? Estrud Crovenloft came to the village, and Estrud went back to his family's homestead and reestablished their home, renovated the estate, blah blah blah, other things like that. Very interesting. And then it really is true. You'll find out all about it in the Crovenloft series. But then on top of that, Gyzaengaxx went up to this place called Avalon Hill. If you get it, you're old. Went to this place called Avalon Hill, where on a fairly significant rise up on the top of Avalon Hill, which is kind of a plateau with forest on the top of it, he built a tower. And this was right after the Vincentian Civil War. And there was a lot of talk about Gyzaengaxx because of a number of things. In one respect, because he was sort of on one side of the Civil War, right? So the other side didn't like him, put out all kind of propaganda. But anyway, the Queen does trust Gyzaengaxx and actually granted him the land at Avalon Hill. All right, so that's what happens. And the last paragraph that we read last time was this. What was this? Hold on, there it is. Where is it? Oh, goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. I had it up and everything. Okay, there we go. Yes, it would seem that the wizard was only the first to arrive at the village. In the annals that followed, many of the wizard's friends and associates also came to the Mythos Valley, establishing homes in Ethholm and in the surrounding area. Most of these were former adventurers, and ostensibly, it is said, they all came to retire in Barrowsdale after long and illustrious careers in the profession. Some purchased properties in the village, while others sought to establish homes away from the hamlet where more than a few started farms of their own. And from this time forward, much was different for the people of Ethel. Some might even remark that it was not for the better. Now, when I used to read to my children, I would always say things like, and that is the end of the chapter, when we would get to the end of the chapter. Or if we were going to stop in the middle of a chapter, I would say, and that is where we shall stop tonight. That was my thing. Loved reading to the kids. Love reading to you. Hope you enjoy it. So this is where we left off, and now we will begin again. Some might even remark that it was not for the better. It is rumored that the wizard was a collector of sorts, having gathered many magical devices, constructs, items, and relics of antiquity in his many years of adventuring. Indeed, some say he also collected strange creatures and even monsters, which he kept alive in some sort of stasis in the depths of his tower. Some even whispered that there were items of corruption in his collection, and that he may have even entrapped a corruptic daemon, which was the pride of his most unique assemblage of oddities. But perhaps of all the things the wizard obtained in his travels, the one he valued most was a famed artifact that had been crafted in the time of the Ethnic civilization. This significantly powerful item is known as the Staff of Seven Shards, and it is said that the wizard kept it always in his possession, following his discovery of it in some ancient ruin. It is even whispered that the staff had a personality of its own, and that the name of said staff was called Ippenwig, though none of the meaning of the term. Each piece of the staff was rumored to have much power in its own right, but when assembled, the potency of the collective brought even more magical capability to the wielder. But darker rumors persist that because of it being an Aethernic artifact, said stave was inundated with the fearful magics of the Netherflow. Some even came to believe that Gyzaengaxx himself was a Cruxic Magus, and too powerful not to be kept watch over. Whether true or not, the fear of said item and the powerful wizard who carried it had made Gyzaengaxx a bit of a pariah, which ultimately is what brought him to the area in the first place. Indeed, it was the queen herself who had granted him the land upon which the tower now stood, for Gyzaengaxx had done a number of services for the crown in the past, especially during the Vanzentian Civil War. Interestingly, Gyzaengaxx had chosen the Avalon Hill location, even though an ancient and fearful cavernous complex of great antiquity was to be found beneath the plateau. Said location was rumored to have originally been where a cult of Aethernic mages held sway before the woe of ruin. These mages did many terrible acts, but were said to have all been killed in the calamity of the woe, though the truth of this is lost to time. In the many centuries thereafter, these caverns and the dungeon the mages had constructed therein became a terrifying and wild underdelving, a place where even powerful adventurers did not often enter, for those who did rarely returned. These caves were originally known as the caverns of Zyathé, though after the wizard's arrival, many began calling them the dungeon of Gyzaengaxx, for tales persisted that the wizard himself walked the shadowed passages and had claimed them for his own. This, of course, only added to the rumors of Gyzaengaxx's association with dark and corrupted magics. And as more and more of the wizard's associates came to F-Home, whispers began to circulate that the Aethernic mages cult had now risen again, with the wizard Gyzaengaxx as their leader. And that is where we will stop today. Ha ha! Yes, my friend, the tomb of Gyzaengaxx, a most magnificent tale. A most magnificent tale indeed. All right. So, Lawrence, what do you want to do? Do you want to do a little social media? Do you want to? Has anybody got any thoughts or questions about that intriguing thing about our friend Gerald Gyzaengaxx? And if not, that is okay too.
Yep. I'm all set to do social media, as well as I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the screen just for folks for the contributors meeting later. This right here is going to be your link at discord.gg/ and then all that kind of stuff and whatnot. So that's up on the screen there. It does pop up in our chat randomly, so you can go through and you can copy that up and put it up in there for our contributors meeting. With that,
listen, Carrie, let's not get carried away. And his greatest apprentice was a young man by the name of Alphinius Goo.
I'm looking for.
Maybe I'll have to think about that. Anyway, no, it's marvelous. It is fantastic. And I agree with you. Someone must write an adventure about this. In any case, yes, please join the Discord if you have not. What is this?
That's Camera Mandy.
When did this picture come up? I didn't get to see this.
Yeah, she didn't. She sent it to me. I just want to make sure that people don't forget what she looks like.
Oh, what is she wearing all this yellow for? She looks like she's like some kind of a crossing guard.
Okay, actually, I will. I got a little couple of gift cards I can give away. Mama Stacy got it. $10 gift card to Mama Stacy for being the first one. You know the movie Up? She's a wilderness explorer.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, I do.
But yeah, Cameraman was over in Disney World yesterday. She's flying safely today. We're looking forward to having her back. Mama Stacy, I'll listen to you that gift card here in a second.
All right. Oh yeah, this was really funny.
Oh yeah.
Poor Noah sitting there waiting on the two snails. What happened?
Oh, didn't even do that.
There it is. So poor Noah's waiting on the snails, and they're just doing the best they could do. But this is, of course, this will be the pace of government in Darkenhaven if the mollusk is ever elected.
I feel like that's actually the most that's the best argument you've had so far against this. Like, do you imagine how much slower the DMV is going to be?
Oh my God! Especially plus, the snail will hire all their cronies, right? So there'll be snails everywhere, doing this, doing that, all of this stuff. It's never going to work. It's never going to work. I'm watching you, Portholus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
Got a whole bunch of portraits and stuff going on out. Our marvelous Gooey Cube is now managing our portrait process. If you guys have any questions about where your portrait is at or anything like that, feel free to hit him up at support@gooeycube.com. He's going through and getting them all wrangled. Obviously, our marvelous Alphinius Goo is still doing all of the wonderful art direction and making sure our artists don't slack off too much.
Yeah, this is a great portrait.
Dude,
sexy,
Oh, dude, joked. I do like how they kept the hat though. For some reason, the hat works.
Oh yeah, it worked fine. That was very, very cool. It's got a little bit of not Gladiator, but what was it? Not Outlander. The Mel Gibson movie with where he was Highlander. No, not Highlander. Not Outlander.
Oh, no, you're talking about Braveheart.
Braveheart. Thank you very much. There we go. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Got a little bit of that feel. Harry with this magnificent piece.
Oh yeah,
this is kind of the horseshoe crab of Zyathé, right?
This thing would be terrifying to fight. Where do you hit it?
Well, you can hit it. It's just got great armor class.
Yeah, so it's like
it's just got a great armor class. So, and for all of you who don't forget, Harry is doing some marvelous images in sculpting that are in the world of Zyathé. So, and to support him on my mini factory is just like a couple bucks.
Oh yeah, hey Harry, make sure you drop a link downstairs so I can put it up on screen. I actually have an exciting update.
Tell us.
So this next week, and all of the Gyzaengaxx orders out, people are getting a free mini. So our marvelous Riley has been going through and he's been printing out the Gyzaengaxx minis. Well, he almost got all through Bashira, and then he actually did a little bit of research and he found a superior quality resin for the same price, and he printed them out side by side. And they were so much better. And he's like, "So what do you want to do with all these?" I'm like, "Well, I'm going to send them out." And not like we're just going to hold on.
So we're going to give the inferior prints. Listen, it's free.
It's free.
Don't take nothing. It's still a good. I mean, his resins were still better than
most
resins that I've.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So we are doing that. And Harry, I think we're going to have to get one more. You and I might have a little chat about one more little miniature for Gyzaengaxx.
yeah, like hurry up and figure that out so I get Riley printing it.
No. This will be. We got time.
Okay,
we got time.
But we don't have time.
Well, we don't have time, but we do. Anyway, all right. So I was really excited to post this because obviously it's progression on the tomb of Gyzaengaxx, but also Tim Cast's marvelous character is right there on the page. That's Uraj, and then right there as well is Jasmine B's marvelous character, Brianna Bahadur. And then right next to her is Rainy Windsong's mother, Elia Windsong. And all of these individuals you will have an opportunity to meet as you are traveling about and trying to find your way to the tomb of Gyzaengaxx. And of course, there's many people in the town and all of that stuff. And I think it's coming together as a great tale. I can't wait for you to read it. I know you haven't seen it yet, other than that first little section. So I can't wait for you to see what you
say that every time that I see you. You're like, let me read you this next part. So
well,
I'm doing
pretty
good.
Yes, I've read you a few little things.
I also wanted to name, like, he keeps saying that he has a day job, but I mean, I keep getting pictures like this from him all the time. So I'm starting to think he doesn't. I think it's all just a conspiracy.
Yes, of course. The meetings that I go to, the things that I have to write, the Zoom calls, there's no day job.
I'm just saying, there's a big old office that's just been empty for like weeks.
Because, not weeks, but certainly a couple of weeks I've been out.
Months.
But listen, here's the deal about this. Here's the deal. If I'm here, the drive-bys are outlandish. Do you all know about drive-bys? You know about drive-bys are where you're in your office working on something and someone just pops in with something. And then someone else just pops in with something. And I get a lot of drive-bys over the course of a day. But fascinatingly, there are two factors that have been in play over the last couple of weeks that have dramatically reduced not only my drive-bys, but my phone calls.
Hypothetically.
First, well, first, I've been home.
Yep.
That's number one. Two, probably the biggest of all, is your sister has been on vacation.
I think Cody got married. So
yes, and Cody got married, so he couldn't drive by me either, right? So, and those are my biggest drive-byers. So it has been really an opportunity to get a lot of stuff done, right? So So yeah, that's let me tell you, that cigar that is a very special cigar. I get them once in a great while. I have a friend who sometimes goes actually to visit Cuba, and some that comes back with them. It's not an inexpensive cigar, and that I wish I could smoke all the time, but there's just no way. It is called a Cohiba Bahiki, and it is if you like cigars, it is unbelievably wonderful cigar. Anyway, now here's a marvelous thing. So Professor Dungeon Master, our friend Dan, is Dan the Didactic in the Tomb of Gyzaengaxx.
And the ghost.
And the Ghost Stone, of course, you're right. In the Ghost Stone, and of course the Tomb of Gyzaengaxx, and probably will play a role even in the Crovenloft thing that we're working on with Paul. So anyway, Dan the Didactic, all of our marvelous legends of the game and interesting people all got these wonderful packages with their portraits therein and folios and all of that stuff. And then, of course, in the end, they're going to all get a Gyzaengaxx thing as well as a thank you for being a part of it. But Dan took the time to take a picture and post it up. And it was really wonderful to have that happen and have him do that. And we are incredibly proud to have Dan the Didactic and our marvelous, represented by our marvelous Professor Dungeon Master as one of the characters in the Gyzaengaxx Tales. So, Randy, you can order one of those. It's actually printed on a 6 millimeter plastic, right?
It's like a 1/4 PVC.
Yeah, PVC kind of a feeling to it. Yeah, it's weird. Just send an email to EAT, support@gooeycube.com, because we don't really offer those on the website, but maybe we should. Maybe we should, because people might want to get those because it's going to look great on the wall. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, we can figure that out. That actually wouldn't be too hard to figure out.
So, you're definitely not, Paul. Remember, I have editorial control.
I do like Paul. Paul definitely has some grand visions for Crovenloft.
Yes, we're having fun. We're rolling along.
Big shout out to Dwarven Forge and our good friend Stefano.
Yes, and Nate and the rest of the Dwarven Forge team as well are putting out this wonderful thing, and we're going to give them a little love right now because we love Dwarven Forge and they support us in our Gooey Game Show and have been great friends to Gooey Cube for a long time. And I did spend quite a bit of money on this, Lawrence. I had to get the Sinister. Did you take any time to look at it?
No, I've been busy.
So they did this wonderful rehash of their vaulted dungeons and did a repaint, which they called the Sinister Halls. So it's much darker and all that stuff. And it's interesting, some people, and listen, I'm going to speak the truth. Dwarven Forge, if you're buying a set, is not inexpensive.
No,
there is no question. But when you consider the alternative, which is you have to go and print these things if you're going to print them, or if you're going to have someone else, then you have to pay them to print them for you. Then you have to take and paint and all of that kind of stuff. When you consider the cost of time, it's really not that bad. It's just the problem is it's just such a big hit, right? Because Ms. Goo was in my a couple of days ago saying, "What is this bill on the credit?" They really do make wonderful stuff, and it's all hand painted, and just I'm so pleased with almost every piece that I ever received, and of course I've kind of stuck with them because I've been collecting them for since I think it was 1990 or something like that when they first showed up out there. So
I mean, their Dwarvenite stuff is so resistant to impact and stuff. That alone, because I think that would be my biggest
with printed, because the resins will chip.
Oh, well, I remember being a kid playing in your house, and you had all the stuff, and it was very much like kids. You're not allowed to touch any of this stuff. And then now with your Dwarvenite stuff and whatnot, it's just throw it in the plastic bin. Absolutely, it's totally fine.
It's unbelievable. Dwarvenite was a great upgrade.
Oh, 100%.
All right, what's next? Oh yes, this was fun.
I don't have the video for this because I'm not as good as Camera Manny, but our good friend Devin has been going through and been posting up some funny stuff up. He's also the MVP for the week. Our heat shrink tunnel went out, And so for me, I was trying to balance out like, okay, what about efficiency versus like getting orders out and stuff. And Devin went over, pulled some extra hours, and went through. If you guys aren't aware, everything that is shrink wrapped, they used to have what is essentially a heat gun or a blow dryer, and they would blow dry everything. And when you think about Darkenhaven, which has 8 different things shrink wrapped in it, the time just takes, and that's where the heat shrink tunnel has been amazing. But since it went out, Devin was like, hey, listen, we've gotten out every order, every set that the printer has gotten us for Darkenhaven, we've gotten them out that same week. We're not stopping that this week. So big love to Big Dev.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you straight up. I thank you for all the people who are getting Darkenhaven box and doing the unboxing and showing that. And, it really does warm our hearts and make us very, very excited about all of the wonderful support. I don't know what you call it, just enthusiasm.
The enthusiasm and excitement is absolutely, it keeps the shipping department pushing and stuff like that. We're so excited to see it getting well. It's really awesome you guys put up pictures, because it gives us a chance to see which carriers are taking care of our product. So far, we've only had 2 damage reports, and both of those were because of the hurricanes.
Yes.
Both USPS, UPS, FedEx, even one DHL actually have all been really taking really good care of our packages, which has been awesome. And so it's really, again, one thing, it's nice being able to be like, hey, cool, I got my goodies. But on a legitimate note, we also take a look at your guys' videos and pictures, and we try and see if any of the carriers and stuff are handling their stuff well. So
marvelous. So Belinda, you just got yours. Did you open it up yet and look? Have you peeked? Oh, Stacy, are you talking about Joe McComb? Are you playing with Joseph tonight? Is that the Joseph you are speaking of?
I'm guessing, because he is up on screen right now. Whereas again, if you guys don't have a game right now, hop in the Gooey Den. Joseph is running. I don't know, like I mean, it's almost like a Facebook. Your own adventure. Well, it's like a Facebook version of the Gooey Game Show. If you think about it. I mean, if you look at the options here, it's like, hey, you guys get here. What do you do? Here's the stuff.
I've been playing. I wanted to do the creepy can. Right, I drank some weird nectar. Yeah, there's been a lot of things that are problematic for me, but yeah. Oh, there he goes. Oh, way to stifle the sneeze. Whenever I do that, it makes. Do you ever stifle a sneeze in the back of your throat? It's kind of like, like ready to, kind of almost, get sick.
I'm a Green Beret, so I know how to.
No, you have to.
You gotta be quiet.
That's true. Very, very true. All right. So Joe has been running this thing. It's magnificent. We're having a great time with it. If you get a chance to jump in there and play around with us, that'd be great. And also, I just want to encourage folks. We love your posts. We love when you put things up that are creative and interesting and fun, to make the den this special creative place that it is. And that's the real goal, is to have it just be a place of creativity and joy and gaming, and encourage all of our game masters and our players to build creative spirit within them. So love what you're doing, Joe.
Hey, Joe, post up in the chat if you're there. If somebody was going to get into it right now, where should they start? So I think that might be, obviously, some people might be seeing part 15B and might be like, oh, I've already missed the bus. If somebody's going to hop into this whole adventure and stuff, is there a good entry point for that?
Yeah, they can jump in. They just start voting.
Some people get intimidated by stuff.
Well, all you have to do is look up Joe as a member, and then you can search all of his posts, and you'll be able to do that. But I want to make sure we don't got a problem here, Lawrence. Gladiator J72 says, God might as well not open yet. There's a tale to tell and not a super great one. So if there's any problem with this thing, my friend, if it's broken or been damaged or anything like that, you let us know. We will take care of it, because we insure all of our packages. So that if something happens like that, we can make a claim, and we don't have this problem with this. We just get it replaced. So if please make sure you let us know, Gladiator, if there's an issue.
The other thing, so there's support holes. There's a little bit. It seems like an issue with like my audio. I think Alphinius has been coming through clear. So just so you know, that's not just you. Not like you having like tinnitus or something like that. Apparently, my audio is still weird.
Maybe we need to figure out your mic over there.
So there's some stuff over here. I just don't want to mess with it too much, but I can see a difference between your line and my line.
Yeah.
And so that's something that. Here, hold on. Talk for a second.
I'm speaking. Yes, I will speak a lot.
All right.
So,
cool.
So no, the snail did not win. The snail will not win. Right now, the polls have Julia Ambrecht far ahead of all the other contenders. The snail, myself, and 6 Gram Moose, who threw his hat in the ring and then hasn't said anything for a while. But we are soon to do the election. Actually, we're going to do it in the den here pretty soon. All right. So, Gladiator, just let us know if there's any issues, okay? We will take care of it. Do not worry.
Just so y'all know, we don't have like a return policy or anything, so we just do everything.
Yeah,
we take care of our people. That's what we do. We understand stuff happens. We understand, hey, sometimes life events and stuff happens. And so again, you just reach out directly to us. And our whole thing is all of us have been there before, and so we want to make sure that you guys are taken care of.
Absolutely. That's the goal of the whole thing, right? Rick, have a good day, my friend. Good. Thanks for hanging out. Zip line. All right, very good. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
There's Riley trying to fix it.
Huge shout out to. Okay, hold on. We're turning this down just a tad.
It was a little loud there.
We're like redlining. Bring that down just a tad there. Okay, I think that should. Okay, hopefully we're not too quiet now, but we're reaching like the red levels.
All right, so hopefully we're not. So
for sure.
Riley was down there trying to fix it, and he kept trying to fix it, and he kept trying to fix it, and Pee-wee, listen, Pee-wee, the snail shall sounds like Madeline Kahn speaking right there. Does anybody know what I'm talking about when I say Madeline Kahn? Anyway.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I mean the really nice thing was Bradley's actually really good. So he just worked at one thing to his own and found out we had a burnt out motor and stuff, and so we got it ordered, and hopefully that guy will be back up and running very soon.
Yes,
all right, and then that's all I got for social media.
Okay, all right, perfect. So let's go ahead and bring up the slideshow. So we're going to talk about the contributors now. So if this is something you've never done before, or you want a refresher, please do pay attention. We're going to give our best. We're going to give you a little tour of the form. It was young Frankenstein. When she went, you little sipper. No, thank you, Frau Luger.
All right, give me 1 second to go ahead and get Madeline up here.
So, yes, Madeline, all the ground guards know about Madeline Kahn. She was so funny, just wonderful talent, right? And she and Gene Wilder and the Young Frankenstein, just along with Marty Feldman and a number of other wonderful actors and actresses. This was just spectacular. I mean, it was so funny and so deep. And if you haven't seen it, you should definitely see it. All right. Oh, Blazing Saddles, another fantastic one. Completely agree, Paul. All right. So, just a quick review because I did this last week, so I'm not gonna go too deep into it because a lot of people were here last week and I don't want to waste folks' time.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, what this is your opportunity to be able to craft a subject that we tell you what subject we would like it to be. Typically, it's a location or a monster or a non-player character. Typically, it's in those things, but it has been one time was magic items. So this is an opportunity for you to craft said thing. It's typically an assignment that is no more than 500 words, so less than a standard page in the world of writing, okay? And so what we do is we have a form where you can submit. We take that submission and we evaluate it, we edit it, we clean it up if it needs cleaning up. And then assuming that we take it, which we try to take as many as we possibly can, and we've taken almost every one that we've been given through the years, we publish it. And we're really excited to do this with Gyzaengaxx because Gyzaengaxx is so historic and interesting and wonderful and honoring Gary. And we think it's going to be spectacular. So this is going to be a submission for the Gyzaengaxx environments. So it's the area around there, okay? And how it works is you will need to sign a little form that says that you don't want to keep rights to your thing. So I apologize for that, but it's the only way we can do this. I wish it wasn't, but it's the way it has to be. So, but we will compensate you for that. So we're going to give you. So normally, if somebody's writing a page, it's going to be at the low end, maybe $8 to $10 if they're being paid, maybe $20 to $30, and even more if you're like a very accomplished writer and have a following or whatever it happens to be. So we will give a reward that will be of a value of at least $15, but probably is more like $20 to $25. And it's typically something that's collectible and something that that is not just anybody can get it. So we try to make it something special. So in compensation for you doing this, we give you a nice reward. So what we want to do is, first and foremost, I want to tell you this. You don't have to be a great writer. That is absolutely not something you have to worry about. If you're not a great writer, don't put it in your mind. Don't think, oh, I'm not going to do this because I'm not that good of a writer. We want a wonderful idea and a tale that you want to tell. Something that you want to add to Gyzaengaxx. Something that you can look at in the future, show your kids, show your grandkids, and say, look, I'm right here in this very special book that was honoring Gary. So that's what we really want. And this has been a cornerstone, a pillar of our organization, our little Gooey business since we started, that we wanted to be very community-based and community-focused. And indeed, we've had many people in our community write things for us. We've had many contributors through the years. And all of you contributed to Monstrica. Don't you think I've forgotten? We have done almost every one of the artworks of the monsters already. So those of you who are wondering what's going on with Monstrica, you might have a surprise next year. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to show you that. All right, let's go to the next slide, Lawrence.
All right.
So does everybody just, by the way, we're going to do this Discord meetup right afterwards. So if you've got questions and you want to ask them there, you can do that here. But if you could also throw up, a question here, and Lawrence is watching that and all of that stuff. All right, so next slide. I'm not seeing it though.
Oh yeah, because I took it down because you're monologuing.
Oh, it's monologuing. Locations. Yes. So this is a location in the environment of Gyzaengaxx, okay? And it's a location that we want. It needs to be your own. Don't be plagiarizing. Don't be taking things from other people. None of that kind of stuff. Let's do something that really is of your own creativity and your own spirit, okay? But it's a location, primarily, okay? Now, locations often involve monsters, and they often involve characters, right? And sometimes they involve traps and creepy things, right? So in this, we are looking for a location. All right. So in your mind, as you're pondering how you're going to do this, and we're going to walk you through it a little bit more here today, just think location. All right. And let's go to the next one, Lawrence.
Yep.
So now, what kinds of locations? Right. And so isn't that a great piece of artwork? I love that thing. I think it's just fantastic. It's got a little house on top of these interesting hills. We have to put something like that in the area.
How do you bring your groceries up to your house?
Well, you walk up the trail.
There's a ladder.
Or you levitate. All right. So what kinds of locations? So this is important. So when you're doing a location, we want the location to be not modest. Okay. We aren't trying to write a whole county in the Barrowsdale region, right? We aren't trying to write a whole town in the Barrowsdale region. None of those things are what we want. We want them because here's what the goal of this is. The goal is always to give a game master an inspiration. And when you're talking about a lore book or a location book, which is what the environments of Gyzaengaxx will be, it's a whole area. We have to fill that area with interesting and intriguing and scary and wonderful places, right? So when you're thinking about locations, it could be very much a wayside hostel out in the boondocks. Might not want to do that because we're probably going to get 20 of those, and then we won't be able to take all of them, right? So when you're doing this, think about many options. Could be a cave, could be an interesting tree, could be a strange spring, right? It could be an old hermit out in the woods. It could be who lives in a little hut, right? And when you start pondering the many things you could do, and then to be inspired, right? Is most of you have been involved in this game for a long time. Most of you are readers. Most of you, there are so many options that are available to us, right? To be able to do something that is in there. So thinking about locations, that's where we're going. Go to the next one, please, Lawrence. All right, not too big. That's what I was just saying. So we gotta. Isn't that great, Lawrence? You don't want that sucker coming after your ship. Yeah, not too big. So really what we want is when your marvelous characters are traveling around and the game masters are playing with these marvelous characters, we want them to be able to have places they can just place. So again, if you know a little bit of my strategy when I'm game mastering is I don't place many locations until I want the characters to experience them. And then there will be wherever the characters are, right? So that way I can predefine all over the map where these things are, and then I end up with 27,000 places that I've crafted that they never visit because I put them all over the map and the characters never went in that direction. So this is why I put things in front of players as they're going, and rather than try to necessarily pre-script how the whole area looks. Some things are, no question. Some things, I mean, a town lives on a map. That's what the town is. But I got to tell you, I have placed villages. I have placed whole villages. So anyway, not too big. This is small. All right. This is like I said, a tree house out in the forest, a strange crypt, right? That is literally out in the boondocks and no one understands why it's there. A weird statue standing in a glade that spews purple water out of its ears. Okay, don't do that. That's stupid. I mean, it's good. Anyway, let's go to the next one, Lawrence. Interesting, mysterious, right? This is the idea. Give the game master some little hooky things and fun things that they can take and then run with it. This is not the idea of you haven't, that's why we say it doesn't need to be more than a page of content. Because in our books, it's going to be a 3 or 4 paragraph thing. It's going to have your name right above it, your little title, and the place, and that's going to be a wonderful thing for the game masters as they read through. And if you have some of our rule books, you've seen these already, because there are many people in our rule books already who have contributed to those various things. All right? So interesting, intriguing, mysterious, scary, weird, odd, fearful, right? So when you're pondering, think about those. And the little unexpected. So
this is a psychotic freaking artwork, dude.
She's great.
Oh my gosh.
She's absolutely fantastic.
When we got a read of the manual, I was like, what is wrong with you people? Gosh.
I don't know. She's just a bad guy, sort of.
It's the hanging balls from the tree. Their eyes and mouths sewn shut. Oh my gosh.
I know. Well, bad things, bad circumstances, scary things is what you got to do. We are PG-13, Lawrence. We talked about that before, right? So a little unexpected. That's what I'm saying. That's why, a roadside inn is probably not the best thing to do, because, a lot of people do roadside inns. And frankly, in the Barrowsdale, there aren't a whole lot of roadside inns, all right? So just in your mind, think about more of a wilderness area. And if you're out in the wilderness area, what does that mean, right? And so just put that in your mind as you're thinking about all of this, right? All right, what's next? Stacy says, these are like just different types of Christmas ornaments. All right, this is important. No big lore, okay? So in the contributors thing, if you're trying to write a place where a god was slain and is, buried, right? This is probably not going to get published, because we know where the big lore of the world is going, and trying to wedge in something new that impacting that kind of a thing is probably not going to work for us. So stay away from big lore. Keep your lore little. Keep it little to the area. If you're going to have a rumor, have it be a rumor about the strange spring, right? That every year on the month of Jabalin, when the nails is full, it spews out little tiny goldfishes for your day at home. I don't know. That was really dumb. Anyway, no big lore. You get it. Let's go. Isn't that one, Lawrence? I love this image. So in the I'll just take it aside. In the boom port, which you can see the maw behind there, this is actually in the boom port, is the only place that airships can come and be ported. They are not allowed to fly over the city. In fact, if they fly over the city and they don't heed a warning from the air patrol, there are some Griffin riders that are associated with Dockhaven. And they ignore warnings from the air patrol, they will be shot down. So really, really fun. Now, how can it be garbly? I thought we were going great.
I'm not sure. I'm pulling up audio stream.
Anyway, no, this just gives you such a feel of one of the airships coming in and soon to be ported. And this by Edvard, it's just a spectacular image. Of course, Edvard's intimately involved with the boom port because he made the map, and you can see, the two defensive castles that are on the inside of the boom port. And there, of course, are other armaments on the outside that are shot from Darkhaven above should the ships come and try to attack. Now, it's really easy to ordinarily, I would say yes. But the problem is Darkhaven has an air force, right? And blockades worked really good until air power. Then it didn't work so well. They got a little more difficult. So, there's port pilots. Oh, any old pilot flying. So yes, that's a good question. So actually, yes, any pilot can fly in. The law is large enough to easily accommodate an airship, because they're just not that big, and it is not that difficult to navigate. However, there are certain times of the year where weather might actually prohibit the airship from being able to enter. And so, much like the trade on the sea, right? Airships that are coming to the Darker Haven don't come at certain times of the year because the potential of the weather being really problematic is there. All right, what's next? Game master friendly and fun for players. So what does that mean, game master friendly? So we aren't trying to do everything for these players. We aren't trying to have them for the game masters. We aren't trying to have them all every fully scripted out and all that stuff. That's why it's short, less than 500 words. And when we do that, the goal is to try to inspire the game master and give them room to move, and also give the players room to move. Thank you, Lawrence. I hope that fixes it. And I'm sorry for the sound. So can you hear it now? So we just tried to move.
It's kind of. I think that was loose. So I think it's been drifting down, which is one of the reasons.
Oh, okay. How about now? Is this better, my friends?
It's kind of. It's a little weird. I'm listening to it right now. I'm trying to.
Well, really, really strange. They're saying not good, Lawrence.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work on it.
Well, I mean, so you think it's this thing that's been problematic?
I think it's one of the couple things.
All right. How about now? When I lean over like this, is that better? Is that better? I'm looking at the screen. Is that better when I'm like this? What do you think, Lawrence? Still garbage? Well, I don't know why. What I really don't understand is why it moved it out. I'm sorry, my friends. Almost no. And then we'll check on the Discord. So well, let's just finish. All right. So game master friendly and fun for players. So this is the idea, right? And fun for players could be scary. Right? Fun for players could be strange, right? You might have to know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm in a well, but I don't know. Anyway. So yes, I apologize, my friends. So anyway, so when you're doing this, just think about setting the stage for the players and the game master, not trying to do it all for them. All right, that's the real goal. All right, let's go to the next one. Marvelous NPCs. Now, when you have a location, you're probably going to need an NPC, maybe two, maybe more. But we don't need you to flush them all out, stat them, right? A quick little description about them is all that's necessary, right? And so when we walk into the form, we'll kind of explain what that could mean. Because you're probably going to need an NPC or two in many of these locations that you're coming up with. Again, we're just trying to inspire. We're not trying to write a whole adventure, right? So that's the idea. All right, this next one. Oh, by the way, this is a marvelous underdeveloped location that is, you'll find it about it, but it's very, very good, and a marvelous character associated with it. What's next, Lawrence?
Sorry about that. I got my headphones as I'm trying to troubleshoot the audio.
Yes, he's trying to do this. Magnificent monster. You may need a monster associated with this, right? Again, probably in this case, it's better if it's something that is within the scope of the SRD and a monster, rather than trying to make up your own monster, because it makes it easier for the game master to not have to go make up their own stats for something that you created, because we're really not statting these things. But that's what you can, right? You just have to inspire the game master enough that they're like, oh, this is so cool, I got to stat this monster. All right? And what's next, Lawrence? Snails and bitches from deep under. Snails and bitches from deep underground. Oh, yes, Sims secrets. So I'm big on this, and you all know this if you've been hanging around long enough. I love mystery. I love intrigue. I love discovery. And the reason why I love it is I actually think it can gin up a table as much as combat when they're trying to figure something out. And then all of a sudden they figure something out and they're blown away when they figure it out, right? And I'm sure you all had this experience at the table when you've been like, holy moly, I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, right? And all of a sudden, people get their chills up the back of their necks and all that kind of cool stuff that happens when we're playing these wonderful games. And so, in your mind, think about how to bring a little mystery to your location, a little intrigue to your location, a little fear to your location, a little strangeness, right? And this will add inspiration and fun for all of the players. Go ahead, please. All right. For those of you who haven't done so, I think most people in this room probably have. Go to gooey.com/guild. GUILD. gooey.com/guild. Now, when you do that, there'll be a form that you have to sign, which is basically the agreement between us. Because you have to have a little contract. It's not much of an agreement. It's a small little thing. It's 1 page. And then that will also tell you, that we have rewards and stuff like that. Anyway, you can get this for yourself. We've been using it almost since the beginning, so nobody's really ever had a problem with it. So hopefully none of you all do. So go to gooey.com/guild. You'll have that, and then there's going to be a form up, which Lawrence is going to show us in a minute, and we're going to talk through that, or not Lawrence talk you to that form, and then I'll interject as he's going along.
Sure. I'm actually going to go through retcon something that you just said.
Did I screw something up?
No, you didn't screw anything up. So I just have to have the guys link it to youtube.com/forum. Right now I have it under just a different URL.
Oh, text Riley and see if he can do it.
Yeah.
Or will people be able to use this on the stream?
Yeah, well, I can just go through and just send out the link for it. It's a basic thing.
Ordinarily, it's on gooeycube.com, but it sounds like the boys, the tech boys, haven't done the link yet, which we do need to do. So we'll text Riley. We can text Riley after.
Oh yeah, it's not a hard thing at all.
I had one more slide though, I think.
You did?
More slide.
Sweet. Oh yeah, it's like, it says 2 of the 4.
I do, obviously I love pictures, right? I love pictures worth 1,000 words, and we have so much wonderful artwork in Gooey Cube, and I just love this. I love this image of this guy. I'm gonna have to figure out who we're gonna use one of these days. All right, let's do a tour of the form.
All right, tour of the form.
So once it's getting it up, so we're going to show you kind of how the form works. The environment map. Yes, Stacy, we can absolutely do that. We'll do that in a minute.
Oh my gosh, Stacy! It's almost like somebody thought of this.
It's from we had it last week. If you don't have it.
Oh, I got stuff baked in. All right, folks, so we went through and we updated our contributor form. Right now, you guys can see that URL kind of at the top there. It's just contribution-round-15. We did this for 2 reasons.
Just put that in the chat when you get a chance.
Yeah, sure.
So that people got it.
Yeah, sure.
This is not the long-term link. So don't store this thing forever, right? Keep it for a while, but understand that in the future, it's going to go back to the normal link that we have off the Gooey Cube website that says contributors.
So this is actually both the contributor form and the agreement both combined into one. We had to do that on our end just because our production process is so slammed right now. And one of the things that we found at Dark Enable is we got right to the end and we're ready to send, and then it was like, wait, did we make sure everybody had their stuff? And we ended up having to burn a bunch of time trying to go back and dig through 14 other rounds of contracts and stuff. So the long and short of it, if you have an IA agreement with us, if you've previously signed it, it doesn't matter if you're doing a contribution for your cards and Gyzaengaxx, you do need to go through and submit the forms that way we know that you did it. Really basic stuff, obviously, as your name, and then we put some little gray in there. It says your name as you want it to appear on the publication. If you want to have a pseudonym like Alphinius Goo or something like that.
Like Chris is always, actually, Chris has done it both ways. Chris Potter, he's done Gragnick and he's also done Chris.
Oh, yeah. Now, for that, we have these weird little buttons here. What are these, one might ask? Let's click on the instructions one. This has just a full overview. You probably can't read it on the screen, but when you go to this link, you'll be able to read it. And it just goes an overview of everything that we've talked through over the past couple of weeks, explaining just, hey, this is what we're looking for. This is how we're kind of looking for it to be. Here's all your different guidelines and everything. It's all just the normal instructions if it's something you forgot. It's also going to help you give some inspiration as well. The next one over here, look at this.
Number 2.
A map of the environments.
Well, this is pulled out quite a bit, though. It's way up there in the top.
That's true. Well, I figured giving it an idea as far as just this is
from last week's slideshow, we can grab the map.
Oh, okay.
I should have uploaded, but if you can grab from last week's slideshow, we can bring it up and I can show it. But there's a new map coming that is going to be much more in depth, and we're going to try to get that up as quickly as possible. But there's probably not enough time for us to have that map done and still be able to do contributions.
Sure.
So, and honestly, the fact of the matter is, there may be a few of the locations that people submit that we actually put on the map. So we kind of need that.
That's true. But this is just as far as like kind of larger area, as far as just like where it is, like East Dusty and stuff like that. We try to go through and just give you guys a little kind of heads up as far as what's around.
Put up that map there.
Yeah, put up right now.
But yeah, so you can actually put that in there as well. So it actually is a zoomed in area.
Oh yeah, you can do it. You can do it both buttons.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
Okay.
And then from here, the next ones that we go into, this is an example of some great contributions that we got, and then just a couple of little highlights as far as like, hey, this is how we went to do it. Again, it's nothing crazy. It's not like we have to. The previous firm had like character limits of like 2,000 per section, so you could hypothetically like submit in like 12,000 words, which is way too much.
Right. So that was, but nobody did, right?
No. But we got a couple of good examples here from our writers. And again, just a couple of ones. These ones, I think 2 of them were from Carrie, and I think 1 of them was from AJ. They're really contributions, but it's just localities and stuff as far as what we're kind of looking for and stuff. Again, they're so slammed, I didn't want them to like. And then from there, you just get into just the basic fields again. So name your locality, your setting, your associated NPCs, your locality description, and then your additional notes.
And additional notes are really kind of secrets or mysteries or things like that that you want to put in there. So that gives you a chance to be able to put a little secret or a little something in there to give it some inspiration for the game after.
All right. From here, this down here is just really getting into agreement, all the basic stuff. Okay. So it's just like what you see now. For those of you who have asked, like, oh, hey, can I submit in Whisper or anything like that? Well, there's a little box right here that just says, I'd like to make another solution. And then all the stuff just comes right back in there.
Very swanky, Lawrence.
Oh, yeah. We're going to go through, we're going to top it off at 2 for right now. Just again, we're going to see how many contributions we go through and actually get on it and stuff like that. We want to give everybody the chance to be able to get in and stuff. But that's kind of that's the new setup for just how it goes.
All right.
So, and then once you get that out submitted, all you do is just click submit and you're done.
All right. So we're going to give away one more little gift card here before we move to the Discord.
Oh my gosh, I almost ended the entire stream on accident. Yeah. So let's see. So what do you want to do there?
Let's do another. What did you do? $10 gift card. Let's do another $10 gift card.
Well, $100 gift card coming out.
No. I'm going to do that later. I'm going to do that for other contributors.
All right, folks.
They actually contribute.
Give me 1 second to do this thing. Giveaways. Go over here. And well, excuse me.
How about hashtag GYZ?
Oh, it's already coffee.
What is it?
It's coffee.
Coffee. Hashtag coffee, eh? You ready to go yet?
Give me 1 second.
Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Not yet. Not yet. Slow down. Not yet. Wait, words did not set it in place. Hurry up, words.
It should be good to go, actually.
There you go. Okay, put in hashtag coffee. Not at coffee. Hashtag coffee. Hashtag coffee.
Yep, hashtag coffee is going on over. Again, I'm going to put this up real quick for, well, first of all, so I'm going to answer this question real quick that we got. For your purchase for the Super Gooey bundle for the team of Gyzaengaxx, you should have received an email asking you to go through and fill out a form to get it set up. Whoops, I apologize for blowing everybody's mics out or earbuds out. If you have not received that, do me a favor and email in at support@gooeycube.com, first name, last name, and the email that you did that your backer kit or that your Kickstarter is through.
Yes.
That
was really important that you use the email that you backed the Kickstarter with. Don't use some other email because it's really hard for us to find people when they're using other emails. Now, you can also say, you can send it from another email if you've got a problem with that other email. Just say, this is the email I should use, and then put in the text in the email text. This is the email you can back the Kickstarter. If they have something like that, they can do that.
But yeah, support@gooeycube.com. We'll make sure that gets out to you. We've had a few instances where we've sent the email out to the person's thing, but it's spam. And so we'll get that knocked out for you.
Like hitting spam.
I mean,
that's so smushy.
How is the spam when the DLF captured you and wherever you're at?
Fried spam ain't bad.
No, it's not. And then also we have this right here is a link to the Discord for the contributors meetup.
There you go.
Let me come back here and make sure we're doing good. We got 23 entries for you said $50 gift card?
$10 gift card.
$10 gift card. Coffee. Hashtag coffee. Let's see here. Got that. Sorry guys, I'm just making sure everything's working the way it's supposed to.
You got your hashtag coffee in there. If you didn't get it, it's gonna be over here pretty soon. I'm gonna do the drawing.
All right.
Hashtag coffee. Put it in.
All right, 24 entries. I think that's probably about everyone. Is more coming? Yeah.
Coffee.
That's because people put it in a million times.
Hashtag coffee. All right, we're gonna count it down. 10, 9, 8, not hashtag Starlight. 10, 9.
Oh, here, 30-second countdown started.
30-second countdown.
Oh, man, this is all kinds of cool stuff.
All right. And then we'll do the drawing, and then we'll jump into Discord, answer any questions for the folks. And
Oh, yeah.
you go enjoy your son and have a good time with the pumpkin pack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go home and work more.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome. Circle K coffee, the best. I don't know that that's true, but,
Circle K coffee is good coffee.
Sure.
I can't say it's not. I mean, there's a couple places that surprised me. Dunkin' Donuts has this famous, they're kind of famous for their coffee. And I have to admit, it's not bad coffee.
For the Discord video, Game Room Channel 6.
Yeah, the voice channel. Make sure there's 2 of them, right? Make sure you go to the game room channel,
Yep.
The voice channel.
All right, thumbs up. Let's go ahead and draw an entrant. And it is, hey, it's Kaya.
All right, congratulations, Kaya. I don't think she's ever won.
Really?
Kaya, have you ever won?
I think I can do this.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
I feel like it's not posting up the little announcement things, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, I've seen that, but that's okay.
Yep. Anyways, Kaya, you are a winner. Congratulations. I'm about to whisper you.
It's rigged. It sounds like this is rigged.
Probably.
It could be rigged. But it's probably not.
Probably. We hope it's not.
Yeah, if it's rigged, it's rigged outside of Lawrence and my knowledge.
Yeah, it's definitely beyond our. Trust me,
I'm a fucking chance, my God.
Believe me, we're not smart enough to rig it. So.
Yeah, that's the problem.
All right, give me 1 second. For both Kaya and Mama Stacy, I'm actually whispering you guys your gift card, how to go through your gift codes or gift cards. Oh man, this is killing me, man.
Oh, who can I tag on Discord to get an invite to room 6? You kind of have to choose roles in there. It's kind of a pain in the butt, and I'm sorry about this. Can someone just grab that game on the Discord to get in there and all that stuff? Can someone just go to room 6, please? So that would be fantastic.
Cool. Yeah. So there's Mama Stacy and Kaminora.
Oh, she's one before. I thought you said Kaya.
Isn't that Kaya?
No.
Oh, I totally thought it was. Yeah. So Kaminora, you won. Not bad. There you go. This person won.
Right there.
Both you guys, I whispered you your how to go through and redeem your gift cards over to Twitch, so you can go through and get access to those immediately. And then aside from yes,
Yeah,
you won.
I think it's a role. You have to do some role choices to be able to see all the voice channels.
I'll be popping in there, and while Phoenix is kind of going through and helping people, I'll try and go through and run some traffic control and get people access and stuff.
Yes. So if you're in the Discord right now, make sure you're looking in the general channel, and Lawrence can help you from the general channel because everybody can see the general channel. All right.
Yep.
All right. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed this today. It was fun. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the Discord in just a couple of minutes, and we're excited to get going on the contributions. Our goal is to try to finish them in about 3 to 4 weeks. So we're going to spend a little date on that. We're going to talk about that in the thing, so that we can get them on the map and all of the things we want to do to make sure that they're in there. Because our goal really is to get as much as we can get out of everything for Gyzaengaxx by that January timeframe in digital format and then shipping in February. So, and we think we can make at least with the lion's share. So we're diligently working. Everyone's putting their time in, and of course at the same time, Marvelous Carey and others are working on the Boom port. And then it was AJ doing the edits and additions to the deck. So we got Lawrence.
We have done so many plays. We actually pushed out 140 recorders this week, which was amazing with the heat tunnel going down. So we're excited. I mean, we're going to get up to about 500 orders a week by the time Gyzaengaxx comes out. So it's going to be nice. You're not going to be waiting forever to get your stuff once it's done. And then it's going to be exciting. It's awesome. I don't know what I'm going to do after GaryCon. I'm going to take like 3 months off.
All right. Let's get to the Discord.
All right.
Friends, thank you so much. May all your adventures be sticky.
Take care, everybody.